Alright, so I thought I'd start out this review a little bit different than most reviews and show you the product mounted on the vehicle prior to how you install it onto the vehicle. So, as you can see, this is the SHAD SH23 side case with the mounting system, the 3P mounting system. This is a 23-liter mounting side case or pannier. And it opens from the inside out. And for the CBR650f, it looks like it's kind of made for the bike, in my opinion. So just to jump into it real quick, you got the side case. It's super easy to remove. Whenever you remove it, you've got a switch here. It just pushes up, and it easily pops off the mounting bracket. For the mounting bracket, this is all it is. The 3P system is. It's just this bar here, which, again, for a mounting system, when the side case is off, it looks like it belongs on the bike. It's not one of those rectangular or oval ones that kind of really pops out and says, hey, I'm here. It just kind of looks like it integrates. And it's got 3 mounting points. You've got down here on the inside of the passenger peg mounting bracket. Up here, where your normal luggage bolt is, talking about this luggage bolt. And then under here, where Honda integrated the mounting point for the back case, their stock back case, there's a place that SHAD put a mounting bolt up here. Let's get you a closer look at what I'm talking about. So, take the seat off. So this is what I'm talking about here. It's a pretty sweet little system. This is a mounting point that comes specifically for the SH23. The 3P system comes with a wider one for their SH36 bags, but this one's for the SH23 specifically. So now that I've shown you what it looks like on the bike, I'm going to show you what it looks like off the bike and where these 3 are and how you'll install or take off the stock hardware and install the SHAD hardware. Alright, here we are on the side of my bike that I haven't changed out the equipment yet, or put the bracket on yet. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of how you do this, let's look at the nuts and bolts and equipment to actually accomplish the job. Oops, sorry, Pepper. So down here, you've got your directions, which I highly suggest you look over. Make sure you have all the equipment that it says to have on it for the SHAD 3P system. Your tools that you need for it, you'll need 3 Allen wrenches, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a 17mm socket wrench. And here are the actual nuts and bolts. So you've got a bolt, a washer, and a spacer, an Allen bolt, a washer, and a spacer, 2 more Allen bolts, and 2 more washers. Here's the bracket as it looks on the inside, and here it is on the outside. Now, one thing I will say about this system, the one disappointment I have in it is, if you can see right here, the way it was shipped, it got banged up pretty good and it scraped it on the inside. It was shipped in this little box right here. Alright, and all it had for protective covering was this plastic around the frames of the 3P system. So they could have done a lot better in protecting the system, and I do plan on contacting SHAD and asking them to do something better. But like I said, let's get it in better light. As you can see, it got pretty banged up. But it's not unusable by any means. So there you go. There's the nuts and bolts of what's required to actually change it out. Now, as I was talking before, you've got the OEM mounting hardware. And then you've got this little clip here that comes out. What that looks like off the bike, sorry to have you up in the air a little bit there, is they all look like this. Alright, so let's see here. So this goes with that. Alright, so these are leftover OEM bolts from taking off the passenger foot peg. This is your stock luggage bolt. I wish they would have integrated this or had a better, closer replacement to the stock. And then here is the plastic cap. So let's look at taking them off. Alright, now we start with taking it off. And as I said before, right under here, we'll start with this tab first. All it is a little plastic tab. You use your Phillips screwdriver, and it pops right off. Alright. Piece one. Alright, next we will take off the luggage bolt. Total time for doing this, whenever I did it earlier with the other side, was probably 30 minutes. It really doesn't take very long, and I'm thankful for that because it's not a complicated system by any means, which is kind of awesome the way they engineered it. Designed it to be super quick to change out, put back in, and then we will take off the passenger foot pegs. And if you're wondering, this little piece right here was where I self-made some brackets to replicate the Blaze system. I can't remember the manufacturer of the Blaze system. With some Mad Dog bags that I purchased at Walmart. And it worked for a while. I wanted to see if I would use panniers, and I absolutely did. So I decided it was well worth investing the, what was it, about $450 into this system, into 2 hard bags and this bracket. Alright, so as you can see, it just mounts right there, right? Super easy. Let's start putting it on. So looking at the directions, we've got the bolt, goes through the washer, goes through the bracket, goes through the spacer, into the frame. Bolt, washer, bracket, spacer, and then into the frame. And the directions state very specifically not to over tighten until all the bolts fit. So there's the first one. Next one, we're looking at the bolt that goes through the luggage bracket, right? So bolt, washer, spacer goes in here. All right. So you can probably see how this doesn't take very long, right? As you think about it, I'm already a quarter done. All right, and finally, 2 bolts, 2 washers through the bracket into the frame of the passenger foot peg. this one is proving slightly more complicated than it did yesterday, but probably still not a problem. Yeah, it doesn't like that very much. So not quite as smooth as the other side was, but still not bad. Let's see here. But still, you can probably see that this doesn't hardly take any time at all to accomplish. There we go. Got that tightened. Tightened. Alright, and then we'll do this, tighten the bolt under here. There we go. Give it one good tighten. Go through all of them again. All right. So this does not give any torque specifications. I probably could have looked at the bike's owner's manual to figure out what the torque specs were. Didn't do that. So here after my first ride, I'll check them, and then I'll probably check them next week to figure out how well they're keeping tight. So there you have it. That's all it is for the 3P mounting system. Pretty simple, right? Took, really, if I wasn't doing the video, probably would have taken me 15 minutes. So now, let's look at what it looks like to put the bag on. As noted before, I got the SHAD 23 system. This 3P system is, it can work with their SHAD 36 and 35 hard bags as well. I didn't need anything that big. So I got the 23. The 36 can fit a full face modular helmet, I believe. But here's what I have, all right? This is plenty big enough for my daily commute and maybe a long weekend ride, right? So all it is, you hook it around the bottom, down here. If you see this first point, your second point is here, and your third point is here where the lock is, all right? So it can't just come flying off. And what's awesome is the bag has to lock to stay closed, and you can't just open it, even with a screwdriver, from underneath, unless you have the key to the lock. So, point 1, point 2, point 3, push it down, push this back so it locks in, and there you have it. That's all it is. Right? Sits on there. You got a red key. At least I have a red key. Turn it 90 degrees, and now the bag is locked on. And there you have it. And it looks to me like it fits the lines of the bike perfectly. That's my opinion. I think it's a really good looking system, actually. To open it, just put it in, and there you go. Everything's accessible. I have not tried riding with, well, really I haven't ridden with the bags on at all yet. I will let you know how they are once I ride with it on. You can get alternate covers for the top. Being that I have a matte black bike, I like the matte black panniers on their own, but I believe you can get white, silver, and gloss black for the top, and just clips on. But that's all it is. All right. I hope this video was instructional. And like I said, I'll do a thorough review of the bags themselves after a little bit of ride time on them. And yeah, if you like the video, let me know. If there's anything I could improve, please let me know. I'm more than willing to take constructive criticism.